A little bit of cogging, but not that bad. No vibrations. Everything looks nice and smooth. Wow, that is really fast. That is a lot of RPM. Okay, forward is good. Alright, that is awesome stuff. Everything seems to be running, at least bench testing it like this. Now let's put in all the electronics inside the truck. This is the exciting part. Maybe I'll get some relief in my fingertips after all these things are in. But still quite a bit to go. I know I'm excited, but I'm going to try to keep going. Alright, let's install everything and keep going with the build. so it looks like what's happening here is this spare tire that I chose to print, that I found on Thingiverse, is actually a little bit too wide to be a spare. As you can see, it doesn't meet the other side of the rim, therefore mounting this together is going to be a problem. Now I can glue it, but this is really wide. As you can see here, it's a little bit wider than the rubber, and the rubber is going to be pressed together some. So I think I'm going to shrink this model and reprint this TPU tire for the spare. So I'll do that off camera again, and then reassemble it and mount it onto the back of the truck. It'll go right back here, and I can't wait to have it because it looks so good. Alright, let's keep going.
Alright, it's complete. It's been about a month of printing and about 2 weeks of assembly, and it's finally done. So everything that you saw and that you see here from 3DSets.com was printed using 4 different machines. I used a completely stock Voxelab Aquila, a completely stock Voxelab Aquila X2, a completely stock Voxelab Aquila S2, and the Mingda Magician X. All those machines were calibrated separately using that little block that comes with the kit, and then all the parts fit together even though they were printed at different times with different filament or spools. It's just amazing to see that come together, and it showcases just how awesome the design by 3DSets is. So definitely check them out if you guys are interested at all in these kits. The other thing is all the materials that I use, the filaments I use, the parts that I used. And down in the description below, there's going to be a link to a PDF document that I put together. It has pricing and it has links. So if you guys are interested in any of those things, including some options, that will be down below. So definitely check that out. There's actually a few things that I want to talk about. One, filament. Everything that I used here, except for one, was printed in 3D Max filaments. They have a bulk deal where it heavily discounts your rolls if you buy 10, and that was a perfect amount. I got to choose all the colors I wanted. I bought 2 rolls of the body color, 2 rolls of black, and that was a huge help with building a kit like this, because I didn't have to worry about getting individual rolls, and it was significantly cheaper than me going to, for example, Amazon and just picking out single rolls. So definitely check that out. I'll have a link down in the description below. The only other filament that you see here on this kit is the silk metallic from Yusu. I just wanted that metallic look. I think it helps this thing look much more realistic. And 3D Max doesn't have silk filaments yet, so Yusu and 3D Max for everything else. Awesome stuff there. As far as the difficulty level, I mean, you guys can tell through the video, it is definitely difficult and a massive challenge to get done, but the result is a driving crawler. I mean, how satisfying is that, you know? Definitely an extremely fun project, and I couldn't recommend it anymore. Guys, I've recorded this end clip here at least 4 times now, and I keep catching myself for talking for 20 minutes. So I'm gonna cut myself off. Had a lot of fun. There's still a bunch of things that I have to do. For example, shock oil. Right now there's no oil in the shocks because I wanted to wait until I have the whole thing complete so I can get its weight. So that I can figure out the spring rate and the shock oil. Right now, I'm using the stock spring that's in the shocks. There's actually a bunch more that came with the kit, but it looks like the truck with the current weight sits about halfway through the travel of these shocks, and that's actually perfect. So I'm going to get really lightweight shock oil to obtain that level of sag, and it's just going to make it a lot more realistic while crawling. The other thing I have to do is the spare tire. My spare tire was definitely a little bit too thick for the carrier on the back. It's printed in TPU. All I'm going to do is just when I print it, I'm going to make the Z a little bit shorter to make it a little bit narrower, and I'll throw that on. I still need to redo the door handle, and that's funny to mention, but you actually need it to get into the battery compartment. So definitely need to do that. And then the other thing is tuning of the transmitter. There's actually a ton of tuning you can do, and it makes this thing significantly more fun to use and just way more scale. The first thing is the throttle. I actually don't like that this can go so fast. I don't need it to. I think it's way more fun as a scale crawler than a basher. If you go fast, you're going to break stuff. That's just how it works. That's how it works on regular RC cars with molded parts, let alone 3D printed gears and such. So as a crawler, if you tune this correctly, you should be able to have a lot of modulation, and it'll definitely help you crawl better. The other really important part is steering. These servos are actually really strong. Another thing that they have is a huge throw, and you have to limit that using your transmitter. And if you do it that way, you'll be able to turn your steering wheel here all the way, and it'll just give you more modulation. You'll be able to put your wheel exactly where you need it to get up, through an obstacle. So tuning this thing after you get it all running is actually really important. So I have to do shock oil, I have to do some tuning, and the other thing is the battery. I'll add the battery that I purchased in the PDF kit, but essentially, the batteries that I use for my other C cars are a bit too big for this really neat cooler design. They're just a little bit long. They fully work. You can have it sitting in there and everything functions as you see. But to make this work, you have to get a smaller battery, which I ordered, and that's why I'm waiting for that to do the shock oil and tuning, because it might have a different weight than my batteries. So yeah, we're really close to getting this thing out and running. I can't wait to showcase that, fully 3D printed crawler. And I'll be sure to bring both of mine out for that video, just so you guys can see what that experience is like. But yeah, I just want to mention again that this was printed on really inexpensive budget printers. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on printers in order to do a project even this elaborate, which is just so cool. And this thing is massive. It's a 1/8 scale full crawler. I still need to weigh it, but this thing is heavy. This is definitely heavy. It's so it's a full roll of body color plus about half, a full roll of black for the chassis color plus half. So yeah, it's probably 3 spools worth of weight just without electronics and battery, just in that. So yeah, it's definitely heavy. It's a chunk. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop blabbering and I'll just keep working on it. All right, so if you guys have any questions for me, let me know down in the comments below. Definitely check out the Discord and Patreon. Lots of awesome people in there. I love the community that we're building together. Thank you to all my Patreon members for helping support this channel. Thank you to everyone in the Discord. Even if you guys are just in there to show off your prints, I have a blast going in there and just scrolling through everything, helping whenever I can, and it's really nice to see everyone in there helping each other out, troubleshooting their machines and their prints and their modifications. Just really fun. If you guys have a chance, check out the Discord and the channel down in the description below. All right, that's all for me. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you down in the comments. Later.